Well, hello and welcome everybody to the New Health Conversation podcast, the most unique podcast on health and wellness on all of social media. I want to address the censors immediately on monitor the community guidelines. Again, I want to emphasize last week you had interrupted a live on several different occasions for three questions or misunderstandings you had. Number one, you said there are substances on here that may be harmful to the people on the live. Nothing could be farther from the truth, because everything that we quote on the New Health Conversation only comes from peer-reviewed, published medical trials. What we're talking about, what we're sharing with people are foods. There's no products involved, no lotions, potions, etc. And what we're doing is we're educating people about these 10 published peer-reviewed human trial studies that are medically proven, number one, to be safe, and number two, it's not a diet. So that was one of the other things that you had said. So first of all, there are no substances, let alone anything that's harmful. We're dealing with medical science. We're dealing with medical proof. Secondly, this is a detox. It is not a diet. It has nothing to do with body dysphoria or body image. It's simply the scientific proof that we're storing chemicals inside of our fat cells, and those fat cells are expanding in response to the chemicals. And it's possible to remove the chemicals from the body and the fat cells shrink. It has nothing to do with body image, body dysphoria. It has nothing to do with that. It's not a diet. It is completely sustainable. It's based on food. There are no products involved, and there's no extreme dieting. All the results, again, we're sharing from the peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. So everything is real. And last but not least, you had said that we're directing people away from TikTok to buy products, like on our website. We have no products to sell. We've never had products to sell. We have no intention to sell products. The New Health Conversation is for educational purposes only, and it's there to educate people and show them the real truth behind how they can become as healthy as possible. The main reason to do this is not to lose weight. The main reason to do this is to get as healthy as possible by what? Assisting our own body in detoxification. We're living in a toxic world, whether we like it or not. That's the reality. And we're storing these poisons, these chemicals, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotch guard and Teflon in our fat cells. In addition, for the sensors, this is called protein pacing. It is a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent Office. So again, I don't think the Patent Office is giving them a registered trademark if this was unhealthy for anybody. This is the most unique podcast on all of social media because we're the only ones with actual medical proof. I see these people coming on touting this stuff about, like time restricted eating without one shred of medical evidence. It doesn't work. It's nothing more than a diet. And they keep coming on and telling you about how great this is with not a shred of medical evidence. Only thing we're ever going to present to all of you that are on here is medical proof. This is real. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just a natural detox with no food, with no products. And you can discover how safely you can lose pounds in weeks, not months, build 6 to 9% lean muscle at zero exercise and keep it off for the rest of your life. And it's backed and published in 10 of the biggest medical studies in the world. If you're really serious about getting as healthy as possible and or losing the weight, then this is the podcast for you. We're very serious about the fact we're the only ones. We can't find anybody else on all of social media with one shred of medical evidence, not a scintilla of medical proof. And yet, the majority of you are following these nice people. We're not going to disparage them. All we're talking about is let's make it fair. They have no medical proof about what they're telling you to do. None. Zero. And the medical proof that does exist, like on diets, is absolutely pitiful. And we're going to share all of that with you. The only thing we'll ever share with you is from medical trials. Also, this protocol is food. It's based on food. That's it. There's no products. There's no like magic elixir that's going to get you to lose weight or to detox your body. They don't exist, number one. The most powerful doctor, the most powerful medicine you can ever take is from food. I mean, Hippocrates said this 2,500 years ago when he said, make food your medicine. That's what we need to start concentrating on. We have the best medical doctors. We have the best hospitals. We have the best drugs in the world. And yet, we rank behind Cuba in healthcare, 20th in the world. We're spending 4 times more than the industrialized world on healthcare. Why? Because what we've done in this country, and now it's spreading around the world, we produce these huge amounts of food with less and less and less nutrition. In case you didn't know, your body has no idea what a calorie is. It's never counted a calorie. You've never been hungry in your life for a calorie. All these diets are completely upside down and backwards. Your body doesn't know what calories are. Why are you counting them? Because someone told you to. Your body only cares about 3 things to keep you alive: air, water, and what? Nutrition. So you all have a chance to hit the reset button. Oh, God. Here's an idiot. Let's go. Bye. It was really nice meeting you there, idiot. What an idiot. Just an idiot. Okay, let's get rid of the crackpots here, Grandpa. You're just such. I won't even go there. He's blocked. Goodbye. Okay, so Rigo, Paul. So again, all of you, see, we have fools like that want to come on and make ridiculous comments. We're only dealing in medical science. We're only dealing in medical proof. If you want to if you want hype, there's plenty of people on social media that give you hype. If you want to turn your life around, this is the podcast for you. We're really serious. Everything that I'm sharing with you is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world dealing with your health, your nutrition, and your weight loss. I mean, I'll challenge any of you. Anybody, show me anybody else on all of social media with one shred of medical evidence. One shred. They don't have it. And even my critics, like this fool that just came on, whether you know it or not, you're storing poisons in your body. Good luck with that. You're going to have them, and you're going to keep consuming them. Great. Way to go. No, what the difference with us is maybe we're too serious, okay? But again, 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox with food, not products. And you literally can lose as much weight in 4 days on this as in 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. Does that interest any of you? Now let me prove it to you. Before I explain to you exactly how this works, okay? And let's get some taps on the screen. Let's get some taps. Let's get some likes. If you like what you're hearing, tap on the screen, okay? Now, she's not the only one, okay? Let me show you some other examples here in just a moment. Well, first of all, let me ask you all a question. Do you all believe we're living in a toxic world? Do you believe that? Because we are. And if you believe we're living in a toxic world, then do you think you're toxic? Again, because you are. We know, based on even studies on newborn infants they did 8 years ago, they looked at their cord blood at birth and found that every single baby was coming in the world with 287 toxic chemicals in their blood at birth. How toxic do you think you are? And what are you doing about the toxic chemicals you're storing in your body? Again, can we get some taps on the screen if you like this content? So what I'm saying to all of you is, hello, use the 760 Terry James, Alexis, Laura. What I'm saying to all of you, if you don't believe this, then you're on the wrong podcast, number one. But we are absolutely storing poisons inside our body. There's a new medical syndrome. It's actually called TDOS syndrome. And the T stands for toxicity, the D for nutritional deficiency, O for overweight, S is for stress. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. Every person in the world has it, every person. The T is for the toxic chemicals you're storing in your fat cells. Who invented it? Peter Greenlaw. Who's that? Oh, that's me. So I discovered a medical syndrome that every person in the world has, and people come on and call me grandpa. Really? Somebody, thank God, did the research, and that was me. You all have an opportunity to hit the reset button for the rest of your life, or you can fool around and you can think this isn't real, or you can do keto or paleo or Mediterranean or time restricted. None of them work. And again, I never want you to believe me. Here's Johns Hopkins Medical School. Johns Hopkins Medical School predicts obesity apocalypse in 4 years. 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese, and 50% will be pre-diabetic or diabetic in 4 years. Does that sound to you like diets are working? And now let's look at Medicare. A huge study because Medicare is trying to bring healthcare costs down, right? Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. Our researchers at Medicare looked at the long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. The studies showed that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost on any diet. Medicare, again, in summary, there's little support for the notion that diets lead to lasting weight loss or health benefits. What are you all doing? 2/3 are going to end up more than you did when you started. They looked at all the diets. These aren't my opinions. We don't give opinions. We give you scientific facts. Now, maybe you don't like that. I'm sorry. We're just telling you the truth. Who are you following on? Anybody, put it in the chat. Who are you following on? Who are you following? Who are you following on any social media with one shred of medical evidence? Who would it be? And with all due respect, I see people, MDs, PhD, fitness trainers, health coaches. I don't see one shred of medical evidence. I see opinions, and I see a lot of talking of nonsense. Because without a peer-reviewed human trial medical study, it doesn't mean anything. It's an opinion. It's an anecdote. And that's what we've been relying on. And how is that turning out for us? My God, do you know now there's 2.5 billion people worldwide overweight and 1 billion of those are clinically obese? Do any of you really think the diet you're on is going to work? We're not arguing you can lose weight on any diet. But did you know, would this shock you to know that 25 to 40% of every pound you're losing on every diet is your lean muscle mass? And as you lose lean muscle mass, it slows your metabolism down. That's why you're all going to gain all the weight back. But worse, by losing lean muscle, you also slow down your own immune system. Let alone the fact that none of these diets are removing any poisons from your body or doing anything to lower one of the underlying causes of every disease out there now. It's called inflammation. And in these studies, they proved they lowered inflammation by 25% in 30 days. They also proved through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis that this protocol was assisting the body in removing poisons from the body. So again, can we get some tests? We have one like. One. Really? I guess. Anyway, we got Marisol, we got Travel with Pear, we got user 984, we have Michelle, we have Sua. And again, let's look at some other pictures here. Now this is pretty typical. This is about the least amount of weight people are losing on this, about 5 pounds a week. She had 30 pounds to lose. She lost 21 pounds and 38 inches in just 30 days. And she's kept it off for 9 years. If you look at the bloating in her stomach on day 1 and look at her stomach on day 30, she was not allowed to exercise. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Now, what's even more extreme, now this is average. Now let me show you extraordinary. Extraordinary, here's a 65-year-old man, a diabetic. And I'll show you his results. Look at that, 40 pounds in a month. That's 10.2 pounds a week, 52.5 inches. Look at his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4, triglycerides 242 to 124. Keep in mind, everything we're showing you is also backed up in these peer-reviewed, published, peer-reviewed human trial studies. So blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides. My God, his amount of insulin that he was on because he's a diabetic, his doctors cut it by 50% in 30 days. There is nothing on the planet like this. The main reason to do it is not for the weight loss, it's for the health benefits that you all can experience. No, GLP-1, is it good? Let me read you the results from GLP-1. Let me do this right here. Hold on just a moment. Okay. So this is the New England Journal of Medicine. You all can go look at it. It's in what's called the public domain, but it's also on the website. I should have told all of you, we have a free website to go to. You see it there above our head in blue, the New Health Conversation. I'm also going to put it in the chat. You're all welcome to go there at any time. We will not contact you if you go there. The only thing on there is the medical proof. But if you like what you see, you can scroll down. You get a free consultation and a free coach. Other people are charging you for recipes and a coach. Are you kidding me? Are you falling for that? Are you really going to fall for that without one shred of medical evidence? Nice people, but nonsense, just chatter, nonsense. This is real medical proof. And that website, the only thing there's an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the whole world. Do you think maybe you'd listen to him rather than somebody telling you, a chef, you're going to get recipes to lose weight? Really? Really? Up to you. Do whatever you want to do. But anyway, we're talking about the GLP-1s. So this is the New England Journal of Medicine, 68 weeks, everybody. A year and 4 months. Once weekly semaglutide, one of the GLP-1s. Listen to this, everyone. After 68 weeks, the weight loss was 32 pounds. And of the 32 pounds people lost, 40% was lean muscle mass. And they went on to say this is clinically relevant reduction in body weight. 32 pounds in 68 weeks. She lost 21 pounds in a month and gained 6 to 9% lean muscle. Now, we're not against the shots. They're helping diabetics and they're helping people morbidly obese. But if you think that's the answer, good luck. 32 pounds in 68 weeks versus 21 pounds in a month. Or I'll show you Julie. Look at this. 35 pounds in 37 days. It's not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. Look at that. Which one would you rather do? A GLP-1 or this? This has no side effects, by the way. It's up to all of you. You can see the problem is that we're so inundated with this nonsense. Go to Barnes & Noble, look at how many diets we have. Ask yourself this question. If any of those diets work, why do we need like 300 diets? Because none of them work. So they keep inventing these. All they're doing is rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic by telling you the way to lose weight is calorie deficit, calories in, calories out. Nonsense. Your body has no idea what a calorie is. You've never in your life ever been hungry for a calorie. You have no idea. Your body has no idea what calories are. The only thing your body cares about is air, water, and what? Not calories, nutrition. That's why diets fail, because when you go on a diet, what are you really doing? You're lowering the amount of food you're consuming, which means you lower the amount of nutrition. When your brain figures there's not enough nutrition to run all your organs, because that's what your body runs on is nutrition, it freaks out, goes in starvation mode, and begins to burn your muscles for fuel, doing two of the most unhealthy things you could ever do to yourself. One, slowing down your metabolism. That's why you gain all the weight back. But much worse than that, by losing lean muscle, you slow down your own immune system. So whatever diet you think you're on right now and following whoever you're following, you're making yourselves unhealthy. Am I making sense? And you're doing nothing to remove chemicals from your body. Unless you don't believe on this phone call, on this podcast, that we're living in a toxic world and that you're toxic. Because you are. I mean, you can pretend you're not, but you are. Hell, 2 weeks ago, they came out and said 1 cup of Starbucks coffee, we're getting 25,000 microplastics in each cup of Starbucks coffee. And I like Starbucks. Hello? You can kid yourself. You can do paleo, keto. You can follow whatever diet you want, or every person. User 984, I'm going to go over that. So what should we take instead? You asked me twice. I see that. Well, first, let me back up for just a moment. So user 284, 984, sorry, or anybody that wants to do the Jeanette or Jags or any of you, if you'll tell me, and then I promise I'm going to explain to you, but if you would like to tell me, are you male or female, how tall you are, and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose the weight and keep it off. I'll give you a hint. Most people in this will lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. And we have the medical proof. Listen, we've worked with 500,000 people in 23 years. We have the data. So again, if you'll tell me male, female, your height, your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. It'll blow your mind. Don't hold back. Why are you holding back? You can be in a position where you could hit the reset button for the rest of your life. Unless you don't believe in science, and if you don't believe in science, then you're on the wrong podcast. This is not about, I don't know what. These other people, they're nice, they're smiling, they don't have any medical proof at all, none, zero. And yet you're all following them, or a lot of you are. What you want to do instead is, okay, so Jeanette, you're 5'1", 189. Okay, Jeanette, thank you for doing that. Okay, at 5'1", 189. First of all, Jeanette, in the first 4 days, you're going to lose about 5 or 6 pounds. By Thanksgiving, easily you'll be about 170, 171. By Christmas, you'll easily be like 150 by Christmas. At 5'1", you want to be about 110. So if you're 150 by Christmas, 40 more pounds, easily by the end of February, Jeanette, you'll be 110. I'm not kidding you. We see it all the time. It's not that extraordinary. That's almost the average numbers. Tell me, Jeanette, how excited would you be about that, even in the first 4 days, if you lose 5 or 6 pounds? Would it be incredible to be able to walk in on Christmas and you're around 150? Wouldn't that make you very, very happy? And then you can see the end zone in sight. By the end of February, easy, you'll be 110. Tell me your reaction to it, Jeanette. So who else would like to? Good, Jeanette. And here's what you do, all of you. It's who else wants to? And then I promise I'm going to walk you all through how they did it. It's not a diet. It has nothing to do with that, and it's based on food. There are no products, no shots, no elixirs, no anything. So here's the website. I just posted it for all of you right at the bottom, the New Health Conversation. So Jeanette, if you go there, we will not contact you. The only thing there is the medical proof. But if you like what you see, Jeanette or anybody else, you scroll down, you get a free consultation and a free coach. What don't you all understand about this? What I don't understand why more people aren't curious about your lives, your future. This is not about losing weight. That's like the throw-in. It's about detoxing your body. unless you don't think you're toxic. If you don't, okay, well, have whatever opinion you want, but unfortunately, you're toxic. There's no way you're not. So who else? Excuse me. Again, so what should we take? Again, I was going to explain. Okay, so if no one else wants to give me their weight and height, let's talk about this. Who invented it? The top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. They had done 100 studies on humans for 40 years on every diet out there and never found a diet where people ever lost weight and kept it off. And 2/3 of everybody gained more weight than they lost. And 25 to 40% of everything they lost was lean muscle mass. So they were paid to analyze diets, okay? Vasity, 163.56. Val City, are you it looks like you're female. I'm assuming you're female, 5'6". You would want to be about 135. That's going to be 135. That's 27 pounds. Oh my gosh, Val City, you're going to lose 4 or 5 pounds in 4 days. You're going to probably be about 145, 146 by Thanksgiving. Christmas, easily you'll be at your weight. Easily by Christmas, you'll be around 135. I'm not kidding you. We see it all the time. User 984-53184. Okay. Wait a minute. You gave me two different numbers here. User 984. You're 5'3" and you're 138, or you're 5'3" and you're 128. Tell me which one you are, because if you're 128, you're... Oh, you missed the first part. Okay. Here's what you do. It's right here. This is the website to go to for all of you. The New Health Conversation. I'm going to explain to all of you how this works, okay? So who would like to, okay, so 984, are you 5'3", 138 or you're 5'3", 128? I'm just trying to determine. Okay, so 984, yeah, I'm trying to explain it to you, but I'm confused about your numbers. Well, let me explain it to all of you anyway. So the researchers who created this had done 100 studies, thousands of people over 40 years, and they said calorie counting just doesn't work. It's never worked. It can't work because your body has no idea what a calorie is. Did you know that? Does anyone actually know the medical definition of a calorie? I've had 15 people get it correct in 1,000 podcasts that I've done. 15 people. I didn't know what calories were 25 years ago, so I don't feel bad. But it's the most ridiculous thing we've ever come up with. So the researchers said there have to be areas in the world where people aren't overweight. And where they found them was in these blue zones where a lot of people live to be 100 years old, nobody's overweight, and hardly anybody gets sick. And so the basis of what they created was what they found out in these blue zones. So here's what they found. In the blue zones, people are doing three things that we're not doing in the Western world. Much smaller amounts of food, but much higher levels of nutrition. And then every couple months, people did a detox. That's what this is based on. So let me explain to you what the researchers did. First of all, they put a food list together that you would have. And on the food list were proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. But instead of calorie amounts, you get serving sizes. Does this make sense, Val City? Does it make sense? And you get the grocery list from our coaches. By the way, our coaching is free. The consultations are free because we all got coached. We coach you for free. It's not a gimmick. That's true. All right. Now, 30%, whatever you spent last month, your total food budget. Because on this, see, people say, I tell them it's free coaching. They said, Peter said it was free. The coaching's free. You still have to eat. You got to buy a month's worth of food. But only 30% at your grocery store, whatever you spent last month. That leaves you 70% of the dollars to buy what? Foods you can't buy at your grocery store. And these foods are from other researchers, not us and not the people who put this together. And the foods come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food, which is the absolute key in how you're going to be able to detox your body, okay? So those are the foods you would consume. Now let me stop for just a moment. Do you all believe you're living in a toxic world, and do you believe you're toxic? Because you are. Now watch this. So what happens is that the body, to protect you, as you're breathing and drinking and eating these essentially poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotch Guard and Teflon and flame retardants, your body, to protect you, takes those poisons and stuffs them inside what's called your visceral fat. Your visceral fat is the fat around your organs, and those fat cells expand. That's why you complain about bloating. It's nothing to do with body image. It's nothing to do with body dysphoria. Nothing to do with that for the sensors. It's the body warning us we're storing chemicals inside us. Now, what the researchers learned was it was possible to detox the body with food and a very specific pattern of eating. We're going to explain all that to you in just a second. So first thing they did, They had the foods, right? 30% you're buying from your grocery store, let's be clear, and 70% from these exotic foods from around the world. Then what you're going to do 5 days a week, you're going to have 4 meals a day. You're going to start with these exotic foods around the world from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. That's your breakfast. Lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store list, and a fourth meal after dinner. Yeah, you're having 4 meals a day. No kidding. There's no guesswork. That's what you're doing. Then 2 days a week, you're going to detox by doing what? No food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods around the world. Now, let me pause there for a moment and tell you why this is so important. Every night when you go to sleep, as long as you don't eat too late, all of us, our body slows down or stops digestion. And the reason that's critical is digestion takes tremendous amounts of energy. So if you weren't done digesting, you can't then have energy left to do what? To detoxify your body, which happens every night. It's called autophagy. It's when your body gets rid of the dead cells. You have to get rid of the dead cells. You got it? So the researchers, based on what they learned in the blue zones, they said if we could give people really small amounts of food with large amounts of nutrition, they should be able to detox. That's what they were doing in the blue zones, but these researchers had to prove it medically, all right? So remember, 5 days a week, you're having 4 meals a day, grocery store plus these exotic foods around the world. So your breakfast is the exotic food from around the world, lunch from the grocery, dinner from the grocery store list, and fourth meal. 2 days a week, you're not having any food from the grocery store, and you're eating 8 times a day, just these exotic foods around the world, every hour and a half or 2 hours. So what did they prove? Number one, the diabetics on this, no one had insulin spikes. People that weighed 400 pounds weren't hungry. See, you can't be hungry for calories, everybody. Don't ever think that again. It's just wrong. The only thing you can ever be hungry for is lack of nutrition. So the researchers, to prove this was a detox, they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved that this was removing, it was the body doing it. There's no product doing it. It's your own body removing these chemicals. And they have the medical proof. What else did they find? Hunger went down 60% in a month for people. Diabetics were able to cut their insulin by 50% in a month. And here was the big one. Inflammation, which plagues every single one of us, went down 25% in a month. There's no diet on earth. Any of these people you're following, they don't have a one shred of medical evidence like this. It doesn't exist until now. And then maintenance, really simple. You have the world's most perfect meal. That's what I had for breakfast this morning before I came into the studio. I'll have lunch in a couple hours and dinner tonight. Notice, now that I've reached my goals, I have 3 meals a day. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. See, and then every couple months, I do another 48-hour detox. Now, why would I do that? Because the toxins aren't going on vacation. Do you all get this? Do you all understand every single one of us is storing poisons inside our visceral fat? Do you understand? And oh, by the way, the people that are thin that say, oh, well, I don't, yes, you do. There's a new term called normal weight obesity. And when they did MRIs on really fit people and looked around the brain, kidney, liver, heart, lungs, they saw this white halo of this toxic fat, that the body was still storing these poisons in the fat. Even though it wasn't showing up on the outside, it was definitely showing up on the inside. Everybody on the planet needs to be detoxing. Another piece of evidence. About 10 years ago, they did a study on newborn infants. They looked at their cord blood at birth. And every baby had 287 toxic chemicals in their blood at birth. Did you know that when they test women, their breast milk in North America, there are detectable levels of flame retardant in women's breast milk? I'm not making this up. This is what's going on. You can pretend it's not happening at your own peril. I mean, do you think it's a good idea to be storing herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon in your body? My God, haven't you been following Monsanto and Roundup for the last 10 years? You see what's going on? Well, you think that's the only pesticide we're exposed to? No diet touches this. There's no diet with one shred of medical evidence like what I'm sharing with you. The main reason to do this is not to lose the weight. It's to absolutely improve your own health by detoxing your body. And by the way, at the time, you're going to lose weight and shrink. Here, go right here. Here's the website, Kulsuma. You're asking me. You want to go to, hold on. You want to go to the new health conversation. And it's a free medical website for all of you to go to. And the only thing on that site is the medical proof. There's nothing, see it right there, the new health conversation. If you go there, we won't contact you. All of you, go there. Why wouldn't you go there? It's the medical proof, for crying out loud. It's not an opinion on my part. My opinion doesn't matter. But the science, my God, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. What are you doing? Why aren't you going there? Because you don't believe it's real, probably. I would imagine. I don't know why. And again, can we get some taps on that screen now if you like the content? Now, okay, so user, you're saying you're 5'3", 128. Okay, so you want to be what, about 110? I can tell you right now, user 984 on this by Thanksgiving, you'll easily be like 115. That's without breaking a sweat. That's with no exercise. Who else would like to, again, what I'm doing for people, if you want, is if you'll tell me, are you male or female, how tall you are, and what your current weight is, I'll give you a real assessment of how quickly and safely, not only can you lose the weight, but keep it off for the rest of your life. It's not a diet. Sensors, this is not a diet, it's a detox, and it's sustainable. I repeat again, I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. Oh, Heidi BZ Zunga. Okay, so how tall are you, Heidi? And we may disagree on what you think. See, Heidi, you're basing everything on what you know, which is on diets, etc. Now, Heidi, we've done, listen to this, in 23 years, we've analyzed the data from 500,000 people that we've helped coach through this. 500,000, right? So Heidi, are you saying you're 5 feet tall? Just to clarify, Heidi, I just want to make sure, because I want to give you as accurate a number as I can. But Heidi, understand, it's not, okay, you're 5 feet and you're 170. Is that what you're telling me, Heidi? Just give me a yes. Okay, beautiful. All right. So first of all, Heidi, in our world, maximum you should be is maybe 110. Don't get mad at me yet. You can get mad at me later. I'm going to tell you right now, Heidi, based on that number, in the first 4 days, you're going to lose 5 or 6 pounds. Easily I would say by Thanksgiving, you should be about 152, 153. By Christmas, you're going to probably be down around 135. So 135 down to 110 is 25 more pounds. Heidi, I can tell you right now, by early February, you will be 110. I'm not kidding you. We see it all the time. Now, what I'm basing it on, number one, you could forget her for a moment. Not to forget her, but I want to show you Kristen here. She only needed to lose 30 pounds. She lost 21 pounds and 38 inches in just 30 days. So when I'm giving you the number, Heidi, I'm giving you a low number. Do I think you could lose more? Yes. Let me show you an extreme example here with Julie. She lost, look at this, 30, oh, sorry, I didn't show you. Here we go. Look at this. She lost 35 pounds in 37 days, and look at how much she shrank. The thing I want you to see when her body is what the detox is doing. It's not about body image. It's not about body dysphoria. It's about the health benefits of you being able to detox your body and shrink those fat cells. But tell me, Heidi, how excited would you be about those numbers? Does that just blow your mind that that's even possible? But we see it all the time, all the time. And what I think is so important is that also, Heidi, so you know, that's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's safe. What we're teaching you is exactly what they did to create this called protein pacing. It's not a diet. It's based on regular foods. Well, some regular, organic you would call regular for our purposes from our grocery store, wherever we are in the world. But the other 70% of the food, Heidi, which makes this work, doesn't come from any grocery store. It comes from other researchers who went and found these food sources in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand that represented huge amounts of nutrition in very small amounts of food. And that's what allows you to detox. Heidi, does that make sense? Tell me if you're excited about that. Okay, Heidi, I've been 120 in the past and I have felt comfortable. Yeah, well, you're going to be less than that. I'm telling you right now. You think you're comfortable at 120, where do you get to 110? And Heidi, also, you understand you all can go to this, here's the free website for all of you to go to. Hold on. The new health conversation. So that's the free website to go to, and Heidi and everybody else, the only thing on that website is the actual medical proof. And Heidi, if you like what you see, scroll down. You get a free consultation and free coaching. The coaching's free the whole time. There's no gimmicks. We all got coached. And thank goodness what's happening is people, and you wouldn't have to do this, but people like yourself have gone on it, had an incredible result, and then they came back and said, look, I'd like to help somebody else because someone helped us. That's the long and short of it, Heidi, okay? I'm going to get to some of your other people here in just a moment. Give me a second. So, Heidi, hopefully that gets you very, very excited. Okay, Yemeni King, 57203. Okay, at 5'7", max you want to be is about 140. That's going to be 63 pounds. Yemeni, you're going to lose 5 to 8 pounds in 4 days. Easily, Thanksgiving, you're going to be around 183. I would say by Christmas, you're going to be probably 165. That means you got 25 pounds to go. Yemeni King, there's no reason at all you can't be 140 by the end of January, maybe the first week in February. Yemeni, tell me how excited you'd be about those numbers. We see it all the time. You're not an experiment. We've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. You think there's anybody else on social media that's helped 500,000 people? I can't find it, all right? So let's see. Woodwife, 5'4", 220. I need to lose about 100. Actually, that's perfect. Yes. So Woodwife, listen to me carefully. In the first 4 days, you're probably going to be down 8 pounds. Thanksgiving, you're probably going to be about 195 to 200 max. By Christmas, I could see you at 178, somewhere around in that range. So 178 down to 140 is 30. Sorry, we want you, no, not 140, 130. So that's about 50 more pounds. Easily by the end, Woodwife, easily by the end of February, you should be about 130. Tell me how excited you'd be about that, Woodwife. So my cortisol resistant metabolism is running low. Yeah, well, that changes on this. Do you know on this, they proved that these people, they weren't even allowed to exercise, Heidi, and they gained 6 to 9% lean muscle mass. Look, everyone, I'm not making things up. Heidi, do you get it? This is medically backed. I've got the medical on the website, Heidi, are the medical studies. You can go see it, but also all of you can see an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world who invented this. Not somebody on TikTok giving you opinions, selling you recipes. Really? You want to buy recipes? And they charge you to coach you? Nonsense. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. So let's see, I'm cortisol. Okay. I need to lose 80. Yeah, I'm in a king. No, let's just, isn't that what I just told you? I wanted you to be about one. No, I said 140. I'd be excited. Yeah, I'm in a king. Okay, great. Woodwife, I'd cry. You don't need to cry. Go and check it out. Here again, everybody. Here it is. Here's the new health conversation. Stop. So this is a free website, and you've got to understand, everybody, this is a movement. It's not a new health. Did I spell it wrong? I did. Hold on, let me come back. I spelled conversation wrong. I'm sorry. Let me redo it. Now that is a free website for you all to go. It's also our movement. Our movement's called the New Health Conversation. No, you don't have to, Jamie. You don't have to. I just got on. As a matter of fact, I've got someone at my door. That's why you know it's live, right? Give me a second. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, okay? And Jamie, Juju, in the meantime, if you'll tell me, put in the chat how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight. But Heidi, how excited are you about this? Woodwife, you're really excited. Yemeni, are you excited? Great. And I want you all to see that New Health Conversation is where you can go. I'll be right back, everybody. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. I'm back. So again, like I was saying to Woodwife and Heidi and now Sharmini, and then said, let's see, we're sorry, I just got back. Jamie, Juju. Okay, so Jamie, I've tried everything and I feel very hopeless and sad at this point. Yemeni, Woodwife, you're going to have a free coach. They will call you, they will text you, they will FaceTime you every day for free. Not only are they going to educate you, but they're going to be there to support you. You're not alone in this journey. Listen, Woodwife, you're exactly what the new health conversation is all about. And on that website, there's nothing to buy. We have no products. You don't buy anything from us or the coaches. Did you ever see the movie Woodwife? We based all this really kind of on Pay It Forward, a wonderful movie. It's an old movie. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it's people helping other people with basically just that's it. That's what they want to do. And this is what's possible for you, Woodwife. Don't despair. Don't give up. You can absolutely change the rest of your life. Let me ask you this, Woodwife. If in the fifth morning you stand on that scale in 4 days and you're down 5 or 6 pounds, how much will that excite you? Give me. Okay, Jamie, 5'8", 161. Okay, Jamie, we'd want you to be max 140, but here's the good news, Jamie. My God, 161. You're going to lose 5 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, you're there. You're 140. You're easily 140 at Thanksgiving. I'm not kidding you. That's nothing special. If you look at what she's done here, look at her, 60 pounds in 90 days. So it's basically 5 pounds a week. You do the math yourself. You're right there, Jamie. And understand what I'm showing you. What I'm showing you is the least amount of weight loss they're losing. Do you get that, Jamie? Heidi, I think you get it, right? Woodwife. Woodwife, I did. You mean you went to the website already, Woodwife, and filled out the form to get a coach? Woodwife, we're going to help you, all of you. Listen, what we want to do, in Jamie and Woodwife and Heidi, the New Health Conference is a movement. It's about people helping other people. That's why we have all these people volunteer. They want to coach. They'll coach to help people. Oh, Woodwife, wasn't it fabulous? Oh my gosh, Woodwife, now do you get it? Now do you get what we're doing? The New Health Conversation? I mean, it's very, very sad, but what a concept in the world we live in today. Imagine your coach is there. They want to help you. They're going to support you, educate you. But what's going to motivate you or Heidi or any of you is the results. I mean, Jamie, if Thanksgiving, you walk in Thanksgiving, you're 140, tell me how excited you'd be. I want to hear. And also, everybody, tap on the screen if you like. What do we have? 484 likes. Come on, everybody, tap on your phone. Let's get this thing really going. Woodwife, wasn't that a fabulous movie? Fabulous? Come on, everybody, tap on your screen. Everybody. Brianna Brill. Oh, or who's saying that, Assure? They promote, but they're lying about saying you will lose 40 pounds in 2 months. Really? Says who, Assure? What? Because here's the thing where you're full of it, okay? I'm holding in my hand 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies where the weight loss is backed up medically. So where do you get off making that kind of a comment? Where in the world? You know what? You're done. Bye. Good luck. Have a great afternoon. Have a great rest of your life. And you're not going to ever lose weight. Good luck to you. So see you later, alligator. See, why? Oh, see, this is a person giving an opinion with no medical proof whatsoever. Total horse manure. Bye. So anyway, trust you for what? What credentials do you even have? Well, you're blocked, so that's it. Anyway, trick. Let me assure everybody, okay, here's the difference. If you go to the website, there's an interview with the world's #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist, the #1 person in the world. And you'll hear him talk about this. All I can tell you is I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. So when I hear this kind of horse manure, which it is, horse manure, it's silly, okay? It's just silly. So anyway, they are hyping it up to be a magic weight loss trick. No, well, you can't even spell trick right. Try spelling trick right. Maybe that would help you. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, he's blocked, but I'm not. You're hyping. It's up to be something it's not. Yet it helps with weight. Yeah, he's blocked, but I'm not. You're hyping it up to be something it's not. Yes, it helps with weight loss. Yes. But I'm hyping what up, man? What are you talking about? Again, I'm confused by your comment. What I'm referring to, here's what you don't understand. When we're talking about 10 peer-reviewed of the biggest medical journals in the world proving this is real, where's the hype? Are you misunderstanding? This is published in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, in Nutrients, in the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and in Nature Communications, the #1 medical journal in the world. Is that what we're talking about? How am I hyping it? All I'm doing is sharing what's published in the public domain. You can go look it up yourself. You can go to the website for free. We won't even contact you if you go there. How are we hyping anything? And then we coach you for free? Really? Do whatever you want to do. If you think it's hype, then you're on the wrong podcast. See, why would you say something silly? You don't know about the medical studies. They weren't allowed to exercise. Let's start with that. They wear Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Why would you? Are you a nutrition? Are you the top nutritional researcher in the world? Are you? Are you? No, it has nothing to do with any of what you're talking about. That's the crap that's out there. No, it's not. You have to understand, you can't argue with peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. It's what's called irrefutable medical proof. Why would you even be broaching a subject like that? I mean, it's just silly. No, it has nothing to do with being disciplined. I mean, here, okay, let's go to Medicare and see what they say about diets to back up what you're saying. It's crazy because I've never heard any fitness people, anyone talk about the magic detox. Exactly. And that no exercise thing will work well with me. I'm healing a fractured ankle right now. Good, Woodwife. Help you. Okay, Periphery, bye. It was really nice of you to be. See, here's the problem when we have people like that. When people like that come on and they want to make comments, they don't have one shred of medical evidence. And it's just, see, here's the problem. Let's go to Medicare, everybody, not me, right? Medicare? Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. This person, did they do the medical studies? I don't think so. They're giving opinions, yakking. Okay, listen to what they said. Our researchers at Medicare reviewed the long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. The studies show that 2/3 of dieters regain more weight than they lost on any diet. In summary, there's little support for the notion that diets lead to lasting weight loss or health benefits. So again, talking to all these people that are yakking about calories in, calories out, fitness trainers, etc. Let me read to you from UCLA about diet and exercise. Talk about fitness trainers. Here's UCLA. Diet and exercise ineffectiveness parallels all diets. Like nearly every dieting method, combining dieting and exercise proves unsuccessful for sustaining any meaningful long-term weight loss. So diet and exercise has already been disproven. It doesn't work. I mean, again, there's people coming on want to argue with medical studies, with peer-reviewed human trial studies, but yet they'll listen to nice people, a fitness trainer or something, with not a shred of medical evidence, just an opinion. That's what the problem is we're having. The problem we're having is we're listening to this nonsense that just doesn't. Here's Harvard Medical School. Stop counting calories. This is Harvard Medical School, not me. The idea of a calorie in, calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong, says Fatima Stanford, obesity specialist, Harvard Medical School. Drop the calories notion, Stanford said. It's time to concentrate on its inner food, not how much food we're consuming. Harvard Medical School. I think they know a little bit more than me or my good friend here who's trying to cause trouble, and he's muted and gone. Fuente, do this. Fuente B, I'm not quite sure. You're asking, what did she do? Well, first, let me ask you a question, if you don't mind. Tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, and I'll tell you how much weight you can lose. Look, we've got all kinds. Here's a 65-year-old man, okay? 60, hold on. Look at this, everybody, 40 pounds in a month. That's what that nice person was trying to tell me it's impossible to lose 40. You got to understand, this is in the medical studies. This is proven. His A1C went from 8.4 to 6.4. We don't have time to Photoshop stuff. I mean, this is just silly. It's silly that people are arguing with medical science. They're real medical evidence, not hype. All they're doing is yakking. Oh, discipline and count calories and go to the gym. Nonsense. Wait a minute. John Hopkins Medical School study predicts obesity apocalypse. within 4 years, 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese. Do you want to follow these fitness trainers that are telling you, or dietitians, nutritionists? We're rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. That's it. Does any of it work? No. Well, because it's not on a store shelf. It's basically it's word of mouth. That's the only way people are finding out about it, because it requires coaching. You can't. It's not like, oh, here's a grocery list and go for it. No, it's very intense. And we coach people for free. You get a free consultation. I mean, because we all got coached. But again, have you ever seen anything like those? Tell me right now, Fuente. You ever seen anything like that? And that's pretty average. Here's really the average. This lady right here, she only had 30 pounds to lose. She lost 21 pounds in a month. But look at the bloating in her stomach on day 1, and then look at day 30. This is a detox. It's not a diet. There's no diet out there that's ever been put to the discipline of this. The discipline was what? They did the most intense medical research ever done in history on weight loss, on health, nutrition, and weight loss. Medically proven this is for real. Medically proven, not an opinion on my part. People want to take me on because all I'm doing is presenting the medical proof, what's called irrefutable medical evidence, not an opinion. People love to come on here and give me opinions, but opinions don't mean anything. They're just opinions. There's no medical proof behind it. I'll defy you, Fuentbeck, or any of you. Can you show me anybody on social media with one shred of medical evidence behind what they're telling you to do? Because the medical studies that have been done, like here's one in the Journal of the American Medical Association, 12-month study, and they looked pretty much at every diet out there, titled Comparison of Weight Loss Among Named Diet Programs in Overweight and Obese Adults. They looked at 48 studies, 7,286 people in 12 months. On some of the diets, people only managed in a year 11 pounds, and the most amount of weight loss anybody lost in a year was 16 pounds, and 25 to 40% of what they lost on every diet was lean muscle mass. Here, she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, was not allowed to exercise. Were Fitbits proving she didn't exercise. You think there's anything like this on the planet? No, it doesn't exist. And just because people have never seen anything like this, see, when people come on and tell me that stuff like it's impossible to lose 40 pounds in 2 months, well, on a diet it would be. This is not a diet, it's a detox. We've worked with 500,000 people in 23, 500,000. We got a pretty good idea about how much weight you can lose. That's why we ask you if you want, are you male or female, how tall are you, and what's your current weight, and we'll tell you how rapidly you can get the weight off. We see it every day. It's not unusual. There's nothing unusual about this other than the fact it's a detox, it's not a diet. And how can we say it's a detox? Because they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis. Not me. I didn't do the studies, but they did. And the people who invented this, they don't have any products. There's no company. You're buying food and a new way of eating. That's basically how it works. So, oh my gosh, with joint pain. Yes, absolutely. Oh, tremendously. Well, it lowers woodwife. It lowers inflammation. Where do you think pain comes from? Inflammation. It went down 25% in a month. So you tell me if you think you'd feel better if you could lower your inflammation. But you got to understand, these people coming on again taking pot shots. I'm only quoting from the medical studies. It's published. You can see the medical studies, Woodwife, at the website. Go and look. There's nothing to buy there. If you go there, we won't even contact you. So what's our agenda? To give people free medical access? And then they decide if they want to know more. Not us. We're not going to contact them. We don't need to. We're the only ones on all social media with any medical proof. The rest of it's all chatter. Nonsense. Total nonsense. So who else would like to ask? Fuentbeck, to some extent it has. I wouldn't want to promise anybody that. We've seen psoriasis. We've seen, definitely acne, et cetera. Depends, Yes, bottom line is it can help with acne. I'm not saying it will get rid of it, but it definitely, because what's acne? It's an indication from inside the body. It's showing you're toxic on the outside, on your skin. Same thing with psoriasis. Does that make sense? Who else would like to ask me a question? Come on, we got 1,100 likes. Let's get some more taps on there, everybody. Let's get some more taps. We have 1,100 likes. You just tap on your screen if you like the content. So who else? And here's what I would say to all of you. I'm asking a question, man. I just answered it, didn't I? Didn't I just tell you? Does it help with acne? Yes, to some extent it does. I did answer it. What else did you want me to? What else did you want? If that's your only question, I don't see another question from you. Do this. So why doesn't it? Okay, I did that. Help with joint pain. I'm asking this one. This one, what? I'm asking a question, man. Does it help with acne? I just told you to some extent it does. What other question do you have? I'm sorry, I don't understand. If you have another question, then go ahead and I'll do my best to answer it for you. There's no vitamin to replace a GLP-1. Well, they're selling drops now, I guess. All I can tell you about GLP-1s, let's look at the medical evidence, all hope in man. Okay, so this is the New England Journal of Medicine, all right? You got it? New England Journal of Medicine. You can look it up. It's in the public domain. Once weekly semaglutide in adults overweight or obese. The study was 68 weeks long, to be clear. 68 weeks, that's a year and 4 months. I'm going to read from the study, and you can go look it up yourselves. After 68 weeks, the weight loss was 32 pounds, and of the 32 pounds people lost, 40% was lean muscle mass. This is clinically relevant reduction in body weight according to the New England Journal of Medicine. So 32 pounds in 68 weeks, she lost 21 pounds in a month and gained 6 to 9% lean muscle. We're not against the shots. They're helping diabetics, and they're helping people that are obese. But what is the shot really? It's a low-calorie diet. That's all it is. It slows down the food movement through your digestive tract, and here's the downfall of that in all diets. It's never, ever been about counting calories. Your body has no idea what a calorie is. It's never counted a calorie ever. You can't be hungry for calories and something your body doesn't know. So what happens when you do the shot or you do a diet, you're reducing the amount of food you're consuming, which reduces what? Nutrition. When your brain senses not enough nutrition to run on your organs, what does it do? It turns your muscles into fuel, slowing down your metabolism. Talk to people coming off the shots. They're gaining a half a pound a day. I know because we're working with a lot of them. We're not against the shots. But compare the shot to this. Or you look at Julie here. How about 35 pounds? She lost more weight in 37 days than they lost in 68 weeks. You tell me, which one would you rather do? Right? I mean, it's crazy. No, the only question I see is about acne. That's the only question that I can see. I already told you why doesn't everyone do it? Because this takes coaching. It's not something that is well, in all fairness, until 3 years ago, there were no medical studies to break it up, and most people in the medical world said, "Oh my God, it's unhealthy to lose that much weight that fast." So it wasn't really until the medical studies came out that everything has changed. Now we got all kinds of medical doctors that are jumping on this because it's the only protocol in the world with 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. I didn't see the question about detoxing. I really, let me say, I'm saying after you okay, I didn't see that. All right, now I got it. What you do, maintenance on this is really simple. You have the world's most perfect meal every morning for breakfast, you have lunch and dinner, and then every 2 months you do another detox until you get down, until you get down to your goal. Then once you're at your goal, then maintenance is simple. You only have one of these exotic meals a day for breakfast, a lunch, and dinner. Okay, I'm very sorry. I didn't see that before. Does that make sense? And all hope in him. Do you understand about what I just shared with you about the GLP-1s? Yeah, of course, you don't do it forever, but the reason you want to do it every, let's say, couple months, because the toxins aren't going on vacation. You're very smart to figure that out. It's not something that, what do you, we're not going to detox in a month or 2 months or 3 months. And every day we're breathing, drinking more chemicals and poisons. Right now, we're all breathing in the fumes from the coal-fired power plants in China from 2 weeks ago. That's a fact. That's reality. So we all need to be doing on a regular basis, at least as far as a maintenance program, a minimum amount of detox. Now I do it even more often than once every 8 weeks. I do it every maybe 5 or 6 weeks because it makes me feel so good. But that's up to each one of you individually. Because a lot of people on this, of course, what they want to do is get down to the goal weight and stay there. But this is not about the weight loss. The weight loss is like a throw-in. It's like the booby prize. Good. It makes sense. Good. I'm glad I'm making sense. So again, who else would like to ask me a question? And you do understand, I don't mean to pronounce it, Fuent. I'm going to just call you Fuent. That's the best I can do. But I want all of you to understand, this is the only protocol in the world that's published in not 1 or 2 or 3 medical journals, in 10. Now, why is that so important? Because each of these journals have their own investigative team. Peer-reviewed human trial means, a peer-reviewed human study means, it's done on human beings. You submit your research, and then the journals, if they decide to publish it, they send it out to other world-class experts who do the final analysis. The journals are neutral. Their job is to present to the general public the safety concerns. That's why no drug would ever get approved without being published in one of the major medical journals. It's just that simple. This is the only weight loss protocol in the world that's in 10 journals, meaning they had to pass 10 different review boards and analysis. There's no diet that's ever gone through this. You're just kidding yourselves. And again, people love to get mad at me and call me names and whatever it is, but the science doesn't change. It has no emotions. It doesn't care. And again, for the censors, all we're doing is sharing with people exactly the foods they ate, when they ate, how much they ate, and then the medical proof about what this was doing for people. There's no diet that's ever analyzed toxins, or, well, they have, but didn't do anything, or lowering inflammation. No diet's ever done that in history until now, and this is not a diet. That's the thing I want you to get. This is a detox. And if you think that's fake, then you're on the wrong podcast. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox with food, not products. There are no products to buy. You're buying food. You hear what I just said? There are no products. 30% of what you would consume on this, you're going to buy at the grocery store, and you get a grocery list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables based on serving sizes, not calorie counts. And it was developed by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. They're the ones that created this. And they have no products to sell. They don't have a company. They're scientists. They're researchers. This is going to make every single diet obsolete. The people coming on and challenging me that you can't lose 40 pounds in 2 months, well, then they wouldn't be very happy with Julie here, right? How about 35 pounds in 37 days? Or let's go to Ken, everybody. Look at Ken here. How about 34 pounds in 39 days? It's just silly to argue with peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. All they can give me is opinions. Opinions. They don't have any medical facts at all. Opinions are not facts. And we're hell-bent on the fact we're going to stand up for all of you. If you want to believe to the, how can I be kind, the mistruths, go for it. But ask yourself, if what they're talking about, whether it's time-restricted eating or keto or paleo or Mediterranean or whatever, if it was that good, they'd want to have a peer-reviewed human trial medical study. Why? Because it stops all the discussion. It's already been analyzed by the top medical doctors and researchers in the world, and their only job is to discredit what you're claiming in your study. Does that make sense to everybody? So it's not a matter, did we Photoshop this? We don't need to. Why would we need to Photoshop? We have person after person after person with these kind of, or even her. This is like the least amount of weight people are losing, like 5 pounds a week. How many of you, I mean, honestly, if you were honest on a diet, you want to lose 20 pounds, put it in the chat. How long would you give yourself? Be honest. This will help other people. I want you to understand the perspective here, right? So who else? Here's what I will do for anybody else if they want to. If you'll tell me, are you male or female, how tall you are, and your current weight, I'll tell you on this how rapidly you can lose the weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. It's not a diet. If you think you're on a diet, you're on the wrong protocol. It has nothing to do with dieting. As a matter of fact, they don't even let you count calories. This wasn't based on calories. This was based on serving sizes. 30% of the food from your grocery store, organic, of course. And the other 70, of the money you would spend in a month, 30%, that's all you need to spend at your grocery store. That leaves you 70% of your budget to buy or towards these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand that represent enormous amounts of nutrition in real small amounts of food that you can't buy in your grocery store. You just can't buy it. I just had a biochemist today, as a matter of fact. He went down and analyzed this and tried to take these food groups from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. They represent 400 nutrients, 400. And they said you need no supplements unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium. Did you hear what I just said? 400 nutrients. You're not going to get that in organic food anywhere in the world. So again, I'd love for anybody to tell me, anybody you're aware of, any protocol anywhere where they're showing you medical studies, proof of what they're saying. Anybody, anywhere, anytime. And especially, like a lot of my critics. So Al Hopin, I hope we told you about it. It's not about vitamins. It's not about GLP-1s. It's about your body's ability to remove chemicals from it if you can give it low amounts of food with high levels of nutrition. A GLP-1 has no impact on toxins at all. Does that make sense? All hope in him. What is the program? Well, the program, okay, so James SG 529. If you don't have to, but it would be helpful if you told me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight. I'll tell you how rapidly you can do it, and I'll explain to you how that occurs, okay? How is that even possible? Or not. You don't have to, but if you do, it'll just make it more, no, there's no fasting. No, it's you never, listen, on the day when you would have no food from the grocery store, you're eating 8 times a day, woodwife. You're eating every hour and a half or 2 hours. So JAM ASG 529. Hi, Rebecca Miller. Okay, James, I'm 54. I'm 5'7", 198. Okay, great. You're female. All right, so at 5'7", we'd want you to be about 140 max. Let's go. That means 58 pounds. Get ready for this, Jam. You're going to lose about 5 or 6 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, easily, you're going to be around 170. By Thanksgiving, I would see it about 152. So that means you've got about 12 pounds to go. Easily by mid-January or third week in January, you'll be 140. I'm not kidding you. We see it all the time. But you can see here, look, she lost 60 pounds in 90 days. So it's not a stretch to think that you can get down there that fast. Because you don't have, in our world, you don't really have that much weight to lose. So if I'm having you do it in essentially like 10 weeks, because you're going to average 5 pounds a week, at least more than that. Because you'll lose more, let's say, in the first week. But then if you do the math on her, she lost average 5 pounds a week. Tell me how excited, Jam, you'd be about that if by the second week in January, you're 140. And it's safe. And you're losing no water weight and gain 6 to 9% lean muscle mass. It's not a diet, it's a detox. So now I'm going to explain to you how that's possible. But first, tell me how excited you would be about those numbers, Jam, at ASG 529. Tell me how excited you'd be about those numbers. And it's completely safe. And you can see how much she shrank because you're going to lose, yeah, exactly. But here's the other thing, Jam. You're going to lose a whole dress size in the first 7 days. I'm not serious. No exercise allowed. They wear Fitbits. Now you can exercise if you want to, but they weren't allowed to, all right? So let's talk about what this is. Okay, Jam, do you believe we're living in a toxic world, and do you believe you're toxic? Just give me a yes so I think we're on the same page. Because if you don't, then you're on the wrong podcast, because this is, okay. So here's what happened, Jam. We now know that we're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating toxins, but more specifically poisons that are in the air, the water, and the food. Things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retardants. And as they enter our body, your body, my body, your body, to protect you, the brain, is taking the poison and stuffing it inside your visceral fat. Your visceral fat is the fat around your organs, and those fat cells, because of the poison, swell. That's why you get all the bloating that people all complain about. You can see it in her face, you can see it in her arms, you can see it in her waist, all right? And a lot of people think it's a different woman. It's the same woman. It's the daughter of a friend of mine, so let's not even go down that road. I'm not saying you would, but other people have. All right, so What's amazing is that we're storing these chemicals inside our bodies. No diet has ever touched this. It's just nonsense. So these people come on and say, oh, it's about discipline. Oh, it's about, go to the gym. No, there's not one shred of evidence any diet has ever removed a gram of these poisons from our body until now. So the researchers who invented this started out, they had done 100 studies over 40 years on every diet out there and never found a diet where people lost weight, kept it off. 2/3 of all the people they studied in 40 years gained more weight than they lost, and they found that 25 to 40% of everything people were losing on any diet was not fat, it was muscle. And that's one of the first big lies you're told. You're told that you can do a diet and you're going to burn fat, or you do go to the gym and you burn fat. Impossible. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with the same number of fat cells, give or take, and your fat cells expand or contract. Does that make sense so far, Jam? Okay? So what the researchers did, they said, after 40 years and all these failures, they said there's got to be some area in the world where people, for the most part, aren't overweight. And they went and looked at these blue zones, and those are areas in the world where people live to be 100 years old, or a lot of them are. No one's sick and no one's overweight. And they were doing 3 things that became part of this. Number 1, much smaller serving sizes, but the food they consumed, very high levels of nutrition. And third, they detoxed every few months. So here's what the researchers did. First of all, you would get a grocery list that you would take to your grocery store, and on that list that the researchers put together, that's what she ate, that's what she did, were proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, based nothing to do with calorie counting, on serving sizes. You stop me at any point if it's not making sense, all right? And what they did, they said, well, I can tell you right now, if you took your total food budget for last month, only 30%, that's all the food you're going to need to buy for a month on this, because you're relying on serving sizes, not on calories, okay? Now, what about the other 70% of the money you didn't spend or the food you're going to eat? It doesn't come from your grocery store. It doesn't come from any grocery store anywhere in the world. Those particular foods come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, by other researchers, not the ones who created this, and not from us, and not from the coaches, from these other researchers. And those foods represent huge amounts of nutrition in very small amounts of food, which is what you're going to need to know in order for your body to detox naturally. You got it so far? So 30% from your grocery store, organic, proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, based on serving sizes, not calories, and 70% from these exotic foods around the world that the researchers call the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint, because those foods represent over 400 different nutrients. 400. So unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, you don't need supplements with this, all right? Now they had the foods, and now they had to invent a new way of eating that actually is a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office, you all can look it up, called protein pacing. And what they did, 5 days a week, she was having 4 meals a day. She started with the world's most perfect meal for breakfast, lunch from the grocery store list you have, dinner from the grocery store list you'd have, and a 4th meal after dinner, the world's most perfect meal. And it has to be 4 meals. They proved it, okay? Not 1 or 2 meals or skip a meal, no. 4 meals a day, all right? Number 1. Then, so 5 days a week, 4 meals a day. 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store. Here's the detox. Only these exotic foods around the world. And this time, she ate 8 times. Someone's asked me about, is it fasting? No. She's eating 8 times a day, really small amounts of food with huge amounts of nutrition. And that's what caused the detox. Now, how did they know that? Because they did the most comprehensive medical research that's ever been done in history on health, nutrition, and weight loss, and proved through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis that this protocol was allowing her body to remove these poisons from the fat cells, and that's why she shrank. Now, she didn't get rid of all of them in 30 days or 60 days. There's maintenance on this, but let's just concentrate on what they found. Number 1, the diabetics on this had to lower the amount of, the doctors lowered their insulin by 50% in a month. In a month. And the big thing was everything from blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, all came down tremendously. You got it so far? In addition, inflammation, which Jam plagues every one of us, it came down 25% in a month. So those minor aches and pains and stiffness, gone. And then the last part is, how do you maintain it? Pretty simple. You have the world's most perfect meal for breakfast. That's what I had this morning before I came in the studio. I'm going to have regular lunch here pretty soon. Then I'll have dinner tonight. Notice 3 meals a day. And then every 2 months or less, I do another 48-hour detox. Why would I do that? Because the toxins aren't going on vacation. You have to understand, Jam and everybody else, that every person on the planet is suffering from this new medical syndrome, registered trademark U.S. Patent Office, called the TDOS syndrome. The T stands for the toxic chemicals we're storing in our fat cells. And they're there because we don't have enough nutrition to allow our body to naturally detox, causing us to be overweight, and S is for stress. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. Every person in the world has it. Who invented it? Peter Greenlaw. Who's that? Oh, that would be me. So I'm not just some guy up here talking. I got a registered trademark on a medical syndrome that everybody in the world has. Now are you interested? It's not a diet. Jam, Jam, I didn't quite finish yet. You go to the New Health Conversation, Jam, hold on. I'm going to type it in the chat for you, New Health. And when you go there, Jam, the only things on that website is the medical proof. But if you like what you see, scroll down, you get a free coach, free consultation, free coaching. They'll give you the grocery list, boom. And then they'll show you how to buy those exotic foods, not from us or the coaches, directly from those. And then they'll teach you how to do this. And they'll also give you, this is what the medical research is given to the patients, called the blueprint for success. And each one of these yellows here are daily videos explaining to you exactly why it's safe, what you do and how it works. And the coaches are there to get you to your goal, Jam, quickly and safely. So it's not, but understand, Jam, it's not just here's the food list. No, it doesn't work like that. Those foods have to be eaten in very specific amounts at very specific times, and the coaches will show you all that. So it's not, oh, here's the food list. No, that won't work. You got it, Jam? Does that make sense? Jeanette, let me explain something to you. The grocery lists are free. You're buying food for a month. We don't sell you anything. We have no products. You're taking 30%. The coaches will give you the list that'll represent only 30% of what you would spend at your grocery store. The other 70% you're buying. You're buying food for a month from these other researchers. The coaching is 100% free, but it's not about giving you the grocery list. You have to understand. It's like if you're going to cook something, you got the ingredients, right? How do you cook it without a recipe? In this case, let's call it the recipe is more than 50% of the outcome. Does that make sense to you, Jeanette? Yes. What are you talking about? Jeanette, I just explained to you. You're buying food for a month. Yes, the 100% money back guarantee refers to the 70% of the food you're buying from these other. What, we should give you free food? Really? We're coaching you for free? I mean, come on. You can't be serious. Was I not clear? Was I not speaking clearly? You're buying a month's worth of food, 30% from your grocery store, and the other 70%, those suppliers, those researchers, they'll give you all your money back in the first 30 days if it doesn't work. And we coach you for free. Does that make sense? Jeanette, it might be me. I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying that I get this. Unfortunately, the coaches tell me, well, people said you said it was free. The coaching's free. You're buying a month's worth of food. We can't afford to give you free food, but you're going to spend about what you spent last month total. But look at the results. Do you want those results? No apologies, Jeanette. No apologies. Let me apologize. I'm sorry. Only 30% of what you're going to spend is at your grocery store. I want to be very clear about that. The other 70% is from no grocery store. You're buying directly from those researchers who went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. They're the ones that have these huge amounts of these foods with these huge amounts of nutrition. You buy directly from them. There's no products to buy. You're buying groceries. Food, basically. Does that make sense now, Jeanette? Are we good? Are we back on good footing? I hope we're still friends. I wasn't mad at you. I was mad at myself for saying, am I not articulating this correctly? It's very possible I'm not. I'm not mad at anybody. And can we get some more taps on the screen? So yes, we're good now, Jeanette. Is that what you're saying? You're not mad at me? And Jeanette, do you understand? Here's where you go to get the... But again, if you go there, Jeanette, we're not going to contact you unless you contact us. I want that to be clear to everybody. We're not Laugh out loud. No. Okay, good. So look right there, Jet. Do you see it, Jeanette? The new health conversation. And it's also at the top of the page next to the little red heart and above her head in blue. That's the website. There's nothing on that website to buy. The only thing there is the medical proof. And you all initiate, like Jeanette did. You scroll down, you can get a free consultation and a free coach. And it does say, to be clear, I just didn't get there yet. It'll say 100% money back guarantee. But let me clarify that. Your total food you buy for the month, 30% you're buying from your grocery store of the dollars you spent last month. The other 70% you're buying from these other researchers who went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to find these foods with these huge amounts of nutrition. That's 70%. No questions asked. If it doesn't work, they'll give you all your money back in the first 30 days. How could anything be better than that? And you get coached for free. I want to emphasize the coaching's free, the consultation's free, and they'll be with you the whole time to get you to your goal. So now, does that make sense to everybody? Jeanette, is that totally clear now? And you, because you've already been there, Jeanette, so that's good. And did you request a coach yet, Jeanette? The only reason I'm telling you is that normally if you request a coach, we try and get back to you within 24 hours. It could be getting there. Okay. So again, Jeanette, I want to let you know, if you go to that website, which you did, there's no way we knew you were there. We do it on purpose because we want to put you control of your own health, not us. So by providing you with the knowledge, which is what our job is, then you can make a decision, yes or no. It's up to you. Okay, everybody? Now, who else would like to, if you want to tell me, if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how quickly you can lose the weight and keep it off. But it's not a diet. Again, censors. This is not dieting. This is not an extreme diet. It's a detox. It has nothing at all to do with dieting. You got it? Hello, Hector. Who else would like to ask me a question? Or again, I'm asking, yeah, we're getting some hearts now. Come on, let's get some tapping. Let's get going. Let's get going on that. Tap on your phone and it sends hearts up. It makes me feel good. Okay? Who else would like to ask me a question? Or like I said, I'll give you an absolute honest opinion, conservative, about how fast you can lose the weight. Listen, we've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. Not 5, not 10, 500,000. Aren't you curious? Some of you new people that are coming by and seeing this. Yeah, she shed 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox with food, not products. Discover how you can safely drop pounds in weeks, build 6 to 9% lean muscle with zero exercise, and keep it off forever. And it's published and backed by 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world dealing with your health, nutrition, and weight loss. Why wouldn't you be curious to hear what we have to say or not? But you don't even have to do that. We're providing you, see up there, everybody, even if you're scrolling, see the little red heart and it says the new health conversation. It's a free medical website for you to go to see the medical proof. The medical proof is there. That's the only thing that's there. Hector, UPS man. I would bet. Are you a UPS man? That's so cool. The pure chaos method. That's cool. Shine Stason. So would any of you like me to tell you, if you'll tell me, sorry, are you male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how. Listen, here's the bottom line. You're going to lose on this, you'll lose typically in the first 4 days, you're going to lose about as much weight. It would take you 6 weeks on any diet. You're going to be able to keep it off. You could give yourself the greatest Christmas present in the world by being at a weight that you probably couldn't even dream of by Christmas. It's not a diet. It's not about counting calories. No one was even allowed to exercise. No one was allowed to exercise. And yet they gained 6 to 9% lean muscle with no exercise at all. So who else would like to ask a question? And we're stuck at 1,400 likes. There must not be very many people on here today. It's okay. But if you tap on that screen, if there's one person that I can impact your life, It's worth it. But somehow we help 500,000 people. We'd love to make you 500,001 or 2 or 3 or 4. But again, who has questions about this? Unless you think it's fake, which it's not. So I'm still waiting for anybody that would like me to do an evaluation of, if you tell me how man or woman, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how. No, Hector, it's not fasting. Hector, no, Hector. So Hector, let me ask you, how tall are you and your current weight? And I'll tell you, it's not fasting. Fasting doesn't work. I'm 58, I'm 350. But how tall are you, Hector? Oh, Nishi, I'll get to you in a moment too. Hector, how tall are you? Okay, Nishi, while I'm waiting for him to do that, let me tell you. Oh, you're 5'9". Okay, 5'9", 350. Hector, we'd want you to be max 160. That's going to be 190 pounds. Hector, you're going to probably lose 8 or 10 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, I see you easily at about 325. Christmas, 325. You'll probably be under 300. I'm going to say like 295. So 295 to get you down to 160, 295, 135 pounds. Okay, Hector, let's see, January, February, March, April. Hector, easily by April of next year, you easily would be 160. How excited would you be about that, Hector? But how excited would you be in the first 4 days if you're down 10 or 12 pounds? How much would that incentivize you? Is that crazy? It's not a diet, it's not fasting, it's a detox. I'll explain it all in a minute because I have more people that want me to answer. So Nishi, I'm 5'4", 217. We'd want you to be 5'4", let's say max 130. That's going to be 130 is 70, 130 is 87, 87 pounds. So you're going to lose about 6 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, I see you at about 195. I would say Christmas, you should be around 175. So that means you got about 35 pounds to go. Easily by the first or second week in February, you will be 130. Nishi, how much would that excite you? I'm not making these numbers up because you look at see what I'm showing you here is just average. So she's averaging about 5 pounds a week, so or more. Okay, but she's not the only one. If we look at Kristen here, let me show you this, everybody. So Kristen is she lost 30 pounds. She had to lose. She lost 21 pounds in a month and 38 inches in 30 days. But what I also want you to see, Nietzsche and everybody else, look at her stomach. Look at it on day 1 and then look at her stomach on day 30. Yeah, it just sounds amazing, but it is amazing. It is amazing. Are you kidding me? Have you ever seen anything like this, Nietzsche? Have you ever seen anything like that? And then look at, now this is really extreme, Julie. Oh, let me show you Julie. Nietzsche, look at this, 35 pounds in 37 days. But look at her body. Look at the shape of her body. Look at, she has no loose skin. Isn't that crazy? Does that excite you a lot, Nietzsche? You know what the most expensive part of this, Nietzsche, is going to be? The new wardrobe you have to buy, because most women, including you, would lose a whole dress size in a week with no exercise. How much would that crazy you? Wow. Yeah, well, this is your answer. I mean, seriously, how excited would you be? Like I said, you're going to, in even the first 4 days, that's going to give you the incentive to keep going. You get coached for free, by the way, Nietzsche, and this is a detox. It's not a diet. All right. So let me show you. Let's come back to the beginning. And Nietzsche, this is what you would do, all of you. This website is free to go to. The only thing there is the medical proof. There's an interview and a full explanation of what they did. But the interview is with the top weight loss nutrition physiologist in the entire world, and he'll tell you that it's safe and they'll never recommend a traditional diet ever again. They'd done 100 studies on traditional diets over 40 years and never found one where people lost weight and kept it off. This, what you're looking at here, they've kept the weight off now for 9 years. And by the way, this is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. There's no other diet, Nietzsche, on the planet with any medical proof. And you're proving my point. You can't lose the weight. Diets don't work. And I was reading to you before from, here's another big study here. Well, this is titled, here's Medicare. Let me read this to you. Medicare. Medicare search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. Our researchers at Medicare reviewed long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. The studies show that 2/3 of dieters regain more weight than lost on any diet. In summary, there is little support for the notion that diets lead to lasting weight loss or health benefits. That's why you're struggling, because the only thing up to between 25 and 40% of what you've lost on any of these diets is your lean muscle mass, which slowed down your metabolism. That's why you're stuck. Does that make sense, Nietzsche? Do you understand? I'm definitely starting this today. All right, well, here's what you do. Go to this website, and let me spell it right first. That would help. Galth. So it's the new. I'm posting it right under your name so you know. But I want you to understand, Nietzsche, when you go there, we're not going to contact you. We don't do that. The new health con. Yeah, I spelled it right. So that's the website. It's free to go there. And Nietzsche, we're not going to contact you. The only way we'll contact you, you scroll down and you get a free consultation and a free coach. And the coaching's free the whole time to get you to your goal. How cool is that? So you're not alone. And you're also going to get from the coaches, number one, a grocery list for the grocery store and how to buy these exotic foods from around the world. But in addition, this is what the researchers had given to the patients in the studies called the Blueprint for Success. And each one of these yellows are daily videos from the researchers telling you it's safe and this is what you're doing. And you've got to understand you're going to be able to maintain it. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, Nietzsche, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. She's kept it off for 9 years, and that's the daughter of a friend of mine. So people say to me, oh, they switched women, they switched ethnicity. No, we didn't. We don't have to do that. We have real medical proof. We don't have a bunch of nonsense. But the problem is every diet. Here's another big study, the science behind why diets don't work. Here's what they said. Our researchers found that despite all the ads that say otherwise, it's very rare for people to lose weight and keep it off for good. A review of more than 30 long-term studies showed that going on a diet actually causes weight gain. So Nietzsche, you're proving my point. That's why you can't lose weight. I mean, these diets are just miserable failures. They are. You lose weight initially, and then it all comes back, and then no matter what you do, you can't lose it again. You're all just kidding yourselves, whatever. Oh. Thank you, Nishi. It's a movement. The New Health Conversation is a movement of people helping people. So, OSA, Tammy Lynn, how do I get this? Okay. Here's how you get it, Tammy and OSA. And I want to ask you all a question in a minute. Here's the free medical website to go to. Conversation. And this website is only the medical proof. Now, for both Jose and for Tammy, this is the only protocol, weight loss health protocol in the entire world that's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. A, it's safe, and B, everything I'm sharing with you is real. It's in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, in Nutrients, in the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, and more. But Nature Communications is considered one of the top medical journals in the world, and the study they did on this had nothing to do with her weight loss. It had to do with what's called the gut microbiome. That's your immune system in your gut. This is not a diet. This is a detox. So let me ask you both a question, right? Do you both believe we're living in a toxic world, and do you believe you're toxic? Give me yeses. But before I even wait for your answer, Jose or Tammy, either one of you, if you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how quickly you can lose weight on this and keep it off for the rest of your life. So Jose is saying yes. Tammy, do you believe we're living in a toxic world and that you're toxic? And then, Jose, if you want to tell me how tall you are and your current, okay, good, great. Okay, so then for either one of you or both, if you want to tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly and safely you can lose it on this. You're not an experiment. Listen, Tammy and Jose, we've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. Did you hear what I said? Not 500, not 5,000, not 50,000, 500,000, okay? Tammy, I'm 5'3". Yes, Tammy, but I need to know how much you weigh. Okay, Jose, I'm overweight. I'm 245. I'm 5'6". Okay, so Tammy, as soon as you give me your weight. Okay, Tammy. Okay, let me do you first, Tammy, and then I'll get to you, Jose. So Tammy, brace yourself. Okay. First of all, in the first 4 days, you're probably going to lose about 8 pounds. I'm going to tell you right now, by Thanksgiving, at a minimum, you're probably going to be about between 185 and 189. By Christmas, you're easily going to be like 165, 170 max. Let's go with 170. And at 5'3", you'd want to be about 130. So you got 40 more pounds to lose. Tammy, this will blow your mind. By mid-February, no kidding, no questions, you'll be 130. Tammy, just tell me how excited you'd be about those numbers. And you're not an experiment. We've been doing this for 23 years. When I'm giving you numbers, it's from the data we have from 500,000 men and women. So we know based on your height and your current weight what you can anticipate. And I'm underperforming, Tammy. I'm giving you less than probably what's possible. That's a great response. Oh my gosh, you're making me laugh. All right, oh, Jose, let's do you. Tammy, it might be hard to believe, but you have to understand, here's the website for you both to go to, and the medical proof, you'll see it there, including the medical studies, and an interview with the number 1 weight loss researcher in the world, who he and his team created this. So conversation. So here's the website for both of you. Jose, I'm going to tell you here in a moment. Get ready, Jose, to brace yourself. Do you see it right there? The New Health I spelled it right. Tammy, you see it? If you go there, we will not contact you. The only thing on there is the medical proof. Watch everything. If you like what you see, scroll down. You get a free consultation and free coaching the whole time. How much is the coaching, everybody? $0. How much is the consultation? $0. And Tammy, the only thing you're buying on this, there are no products, you're buying food. I'll get into all that in a moment, but let's come back to Jose. So 5'6", 245. Okay, Jose, at 5'6", you want to be maximum 5'6". I'd want you to be around 160. That means you need to lose 160 is going to be about 90, 160, 85 pounds, sorry. So 85 pounds. So Jose, brace yourself. The first 4 days, you'll be down 8 or 10 pounds. Thanksgiving, I see you at about 220. By Christmas, you're going to probably be under 200. You'll probably be like 198, 197. So 197 down to 160 is 37 more pounds. Jose, by mid-February, you will be 160. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. That is not unusual. And let me show you why. Here's a 65-year-old man, Jose, and look at this also, 40 pounds in a month. I'm giving you the low numbers, Jose, because this is, but he's 65 years old. He lost 40 pounds in a month, but look at his blood work. That's what I want you all to see. Look at his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4, triglycerides 242 to 124. That's in 30 days, not 30 weeks. So, Jose, good. Tammy Lynn. All right. So let me explain to you and to everybody about how this works. So you both said you believe we're living in a toxic world. Well, what does that actually mean? Here's what it means for everybody, including you two. We're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating what are called toxins. And in those toxins are poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retardants. As we breathe, drink, and eat them, because we can't avoid it, it's in our world, the body, as it comes in, the brain senses and takes those poisons and stuffs them inside what's called your visceral fat. That's the fat around your organs. And the bloating that you would complain to us about is being caused not by any body disorientation or images. No, your body is telling you you're toxic by the bloating that you're experiencing, okay? So we know this. It's up for no diet, no exercise, no anything is ever, and there's no product on the market that removes these chemicals from your body until now. And guess what? It is your body doing it. I don't know if you all know Hippocrates. He said 2,500 years ago, make medicine your food. It is your body that's capable of this, but not with any kind of regular food or any kind of eating you're used to or any exercise pattern. The researchers who created this are literally the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the entire world. And what they did is they went to these blue zones. You've all heard of them where people live to be 100 years old, or some of them are. No one's overweight, no one gets sick, and they found 3 things that they incorporated into this. Number 1, smaller portions of food with high levels of nutrition, and they detoxed every couple months. That's where we're going to head on this. So here's what they did. They put together, first of all, this protocol was based on a grocery list that both of you would get. Our coaches would give you the grocery list for free. It contains proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, and salads based on serving sizes, not calories. Again, they're mimicking what the people did in the blue zones. You got it? And if you took your total food budget last month, you're only going to buy about 30% this month at your grocery store. You're buying food. People keep telling my coaches, Peter said it was free. The coaching's free. You got to eat. You're buying food. We're not buying your food for you for a month. So 30% of what you spent last month at your grocery store. The other 70% doesn't come from your grocery store. It comes from these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand that represent huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food. You got it? Then what they did, they put together a new eating, let's call it eating pattern. This is a registered trademark at the U.S. Patent Office. I'm not kidding you. It's called protein pacing. You all can look it up. You can Google it. So what they did, they had her 5 days a week. She had 4 meals a day. You do the same thing. Not 2 meals, not 3, 4 meals. Starting with these exotic foods around the world, that's your breakfast. Lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal after dinner from these exotic foods around the world. Then 2 days a week, here's the detox. Nothing from the grocery store. Now, you're not fasting. Why? Because you're only going to eat these foods, these exotic foods around the world. But this time, you're going to eat 8 times a day. You're going to eat every hour and a half or 2 hours. So you're not fasting, okay? And what they set out to do was, is this really going to detox the body? So here's what they did. They did the most extensive medical research that's ever been done on health, on nutrition, and on weight loss. And what they found was astounding. First of all, through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, they proved that this was what's called mobilizing the toxins, the herbicides, the pesticides, the Scotch guard to come out of the body. And the reason she shrank so much, and everybody else is shrinking on this, those fat cells that had housed the poisons, as you pull, as the body, it's the body doing it. There's no product doing this. The body's capable of pulling it out of the fat cell. Those fat cells shrink. And don't let anybody ever tell you burn fat on a diet or exercise. It's just a complete lie. You're born with a certain number of fat cells. You die with a certain number of fat cells. And the bloating you're experiencing is simply from those fat cells expanding because they're storing chemicals in it, whether you know it or not. That's what's going on, right? So what else did they find? They found that hunger came down 60% in a month. The diabetics on this said it cut their insulin by 50% in a month. And here was the big one, inflammation, which plagues all of us. It came down 25% in a month. No one's ever seen this. And you got to understand that inflammation is the underlying cause of every disease out there. And we're not treating, curing, diagnosing, or preventing any medical conditions. All we're sharing with you, again, is what's in the peer-reviewed, published medical studies. So we can talk about the fact they proved that inflammation came down 25%. And the journals validated that what they were claiming is real. You're not going on a diet here. That's not the reason to do this. And then the last part is maintenance. So I lost 40 pounds 23 years ago. In 7 weeks, I kept it off for 23 years. How's my maintenance? Simple. I had the world's most perfect meal this morning for breakfast. I had lunch. I'm gonna have lunch here. I'll have dinner tonight. And then once every, let's say 8 weeks, I do another 48-hour detox. Now, why am I doing that? Because the toxins aren't going on vacation. You have to understand, all of you, the main reason to do this is not to lose weight. It's not a diet. Again, for the censors, it's not a radical diet. It's nothing about body dysphoria. It's nothing about body image. The reason you're shrinking is because your body is detoxing. Does that make sense? Let me show you another dramatic example of this young woman, Julie. Look at this, everybody, 35 pounds in 37 days. And the thing I want you to concentrate, whether it's Tammy or Jose, look at how much she shrank, everybody. Can you see that? Look from her shoulders, from her stomach, from her legs. She literally is shrinking. And notice, no loose skin. Is that just, oh, Jose, is that amazing? Oh, Jose, I understand. Probably about 5, they have, depending on where you live, if you're in North America, Jose or Tammy, are you both in North America? North America, I'd say probably about 5 days, typical. I don't have anything to do with that because we don't sell you anything. We're showing you what you can order and how to order it, but that's it. So let's come back to this for just a moment here. So again, Tammy or Jose, now what do you think? Because here's why they're not getting loose skin. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, on any diet you've ever been on, Tammy or Jose, 25 to 40% of what you're losing on any diet is your lean muscle mass. That's a given. We know that medically. Well, the problem with that, your muscle mass obviously supports your skin, right? Your fat. On diets, when you're losing 25 to 40%, that muscle is gone, that support is gone, and your fat just sags. That's why on this, she gained 6 to 9% lean. They all did 6 to 9% lean muscle with no exercise at all. If we look at Kristen here, look at this. Look at her stomach. Look at her stomach on day 1 and look at her stomach on day on day 30. That's not Photoshop. That's not body dysphoria. That's not body image. That's what the detox is doing. And look at, she has no loose skin at all. And then it's just so crazy that look at this gentleman here. Hold on, Ken, where's he? Look at this, everyone, 34 pounds in 29 days. And again, look at how his body shrank. Jose, see that? Also, Tammy, do you see it? Are you both really excited now? And you can go to the website, right? Good, Tammy, that'll be fine. We'll give you there's definitely foods. About 30% of what you're going to buy, Tammy, is from your grocery store, okay? Only 30%. The other 70% comes from these areas, these other exotic locations, and you're buying directly from them, Tammy. And I'm not sure if you must be military if you're able to shop there. Do you know right now that about 60% of recruits are being rejected from the military because they're obese? Did you know that, Tammy? Did you know that? This is a national security crisis. I'm not the only one that's talking about this. Other people are talking about it as well. And we're just so out of control. Yes, you did know that. How sad. Oh, yes, you're saying you're part of military, but secondly, did you know? Yes, oh, Jose, they show you everything, the coaches. Let me review again, oh, Jose and Tammy. You're going to get a grocery list from the coaches you take to your grocery store. Then they will show you how to order directly from the researchers, not from our coaches, those other exotic foods. Does that make sense to you now, oh, Jose? And you go to the website. Wow. Well, Tammy, we might be able to help him too, to help the national defense. I'm not kidding you. It's just so sad that so many people, and again, even active military, they're having real trouble passing the physicals. And I know there's new standards now, so it's going to become an even, not a pun, even a bigger problem. But you got to understand, Tammy, is your husband struggling to make weight? I'm just curious, how tall he is, maybe how much he weighs, and I'll tell you, even for him, how rapidly. Oh, good. Oh, Jose, go there. So, Tammy, is your husband struggling with that? We want to make sure that he can not have a problem with active duty. We need all the help we can get. But Tammy, are you excited? Are you blown away by what this could do for you? And Tammy, you know where to go, the website, right? You all do. Here it is, the new, health conversation. Here it is right here. Hold on. Tammy Lynn, he is 5'9", 200. Oh, yeah. Okay. So at 5'9", what do they want him to be? Because I'll tell you right now, I'd want him to be about 160, means 40 pounds. But here's the good news, Tammy. We could easily get him to 160 by Christmas. I'm not kidding you. That's not even a stretch. And that's even if he doesn't do any exercise. By the way, the exercise in this doesn't speed up because look at this guy here. He lost 34 pounds in 29 days, Tammy. There you go. And maybe you both can do it together. A lot of times husband and wives do it together. You can discuss that with your coaches. Yeah, but see, Tammy, otherwise, Tammy, what's he going to do? No, seriously, Tammy, what would he do? What diet would he go on? What, to lose a pound a week? Unless I'm wrong, and I don't think I'm wrong. No, we need our military. We need them to be fit and trim and whatever. It's just, there's no reason that he has to be suffering like that. That's what I call it, suffering. Because a diet, it's not going to work, Tammy. It is not. Even if he loses weight, he's going to gain it all back. The key is keeping it off forever. I lost 40 pounds. Listen, I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. So we're talking about 8 weeks from now. Easily he'll be 160. Hello? What do you think about that? So would anybody else like to ask me a question? Yes, Tammy, do you understand why? And have him go to the website as well and take a look at it. Look at it together. You could do it together. That makes even more sense. It's up to you, of course. So would anyone else like to ask me a question? You're going to go to the website with him, you mean? Oh, I've got somebody at my door again, everybody. Don't go away, Tammy. Don't go away mad, any of you. I'm coming right back. I got somebody at my door. So you know it's really live, all right? Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Tammy, I hope you're still there. But I think even if you're not, you know what to do to go to that website. It's free to go there for all of you. So again, we're at 1,400 likes. Can we get some more taps on that screen? I'm hoping we can. So again, for any of the people that might be strolling along TikTok, she said 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox with food. There's no products. Discover how you can safely drop pounds in weeks. Build 6 to 9% lean muscle. No one was even allowed to exercise, and she's kept it off really for 9 years, and it's backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. So who else would like to ask me a question? Or more importantly, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and what your current weight is, I'll tell you how rapidly and safely. And here's the other thing I want to emphasize. There is nobody else on social media with one shred of medical evidence. This protocol that we're going to teach you how to do is backed and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Not a scientific paper. Things like the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, in Nutrients, in the Nutrition Journal, in Frontiers in Nutrition, and in Nature Communications and others. But Nature Communications is the top 5 medical journal in the world, and the study they did on this had nothing to do with the weight loss. It had to do with your immune system. This is not a diet, it's a detox. And hopefully most of you believe, I think you do, we're living in an incredibly toxic world, and we're all toxic. Good, we're at 1,500 likes. Come on, let's get some taps on that screen. Get some taps going, right? So Tammy Lynn, I hope you will go there, go with your husband, see what you think, get a coach, and they'll explain everything to you. All right? We need our military people to be able to meet our minimum requirements. It's not his fault, he just has the wrong protocol. That's all there is to it. But imagine, Tammy, he's going to lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks on any diet he's ever been on in his life. And you realize the motivation that comes with that, right? I'm sure you do. So who else would like to ask me a question? I know this is broadcasting all over the world because right now, let's see, we got people in England. It's around 8 o'clock at night over there. And all the EU pretty much. Oh, I didn't scare you off? So, all right, so Tammy, you can help me out a lot, Tammy, or Jose if you want to do, but you, Tammy in particular. Look, Tammy, the new health conference, and Tammy, will you confirm when you went to the website, there's nothing to buy there? Can you tell everybody that? You found there was no buy buttons, there's nothing. It's just the medical proof. Can you tell everybody that for me? Please put it in the chat. And the second thing that I think is really important is you can help me out. See, nothing to buy. She's validating. I don't know her. She didn't do it for my benefit. There's nothing to buy on that website. The only thing there is the medical proof. Now, the other question I would have for you, Tammy, the New Health Conversation is a movement. We've helped 500,000 people, but that's nothing compared to the need that's out there, right? So my question for you would be, what in particular about this poster, let's call it a poster for lack of a better term, got you to stop to listen to the podcast? So was it the before and after? Was she said 60 pounds in 90 days, diet, detox, no food, no products? What was it in particular that stopped you and created your interest? Because it's really important we keep working with our languaging, our text, because we want as many people as possible to be exposed to this, right? And then the other thing is, Tammy, that I forgot to tell you, when you go to the website, and if you were already signed up, you notice it said 100% money back guarantee. I want to clarify that. So 30% of the food you would buy like at the PX, right? The other 70% you're buying directly from these other researchers, the foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Tammy, they'll give you 100% of your money back in the first month if it doesn't work. I'm not kidding you. That's what so the 30% from the PX, obviously they're not going to refund you. But the other 70%, 100% money back guarantee, no questions asked. How cool is that? And you get coached for free. Is that pretty amazing? And we got, yeah, we're at 1,500 likes now. Come on, everybody. Let's keep tap, tap, tap on your screen. Tap, tap, tap on your screen. We're only at 1,500 likes. I know we can do better than that. So who else would like to ask me a question? Before and after for me, Jeanette. Okay, great. And Jeanette's confirming nothing to buy. So hopefully I've gained credibility in all of your eyes, despite the critics that want to come on and take me on. But it's for, you understand, Jeanette and Tammy and all of you, this website is for the world. That's why we set it up. There's nothing to buy there. I've written 4 best-selling books, no books to buy there. We want you to have the freedom. I mean, wasn't it refreshing, Jeanette or Tammy, to be able to go there and think no one's going to call me, no one's going to bug me, no one's going to try and convince me of anything? Why would we need to do that when that's the medical proof that nobody else on all the internet has? Again, Jeanette or Tammy, just tell me in the chat. Are you aware of anybody on all social media with one shred of medical evidence, let alone published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world? Who would it be? No, we want to create, we want the New Health Conversation podcast to be the biggest podcast in the world. What's more important than our health, everybody? What is it? What would be more important than our health? Right? Tammy Lynn, I have to buy food to live, so nothing else you have to do. You have to do. You get it. Before and after, yeah, okay. Can I ask you a question, Jeanette? So the before and after, were you suspicious that it was fake? Or did you trust that it was real? Because I do have people coming on, oh, it's a different woman, a different ethnicity. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Oh my God. Oh, we're at 1,800. Come on, we're pushing 2,000. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, everybody, please. So who else would like to ask me a question about, well, no, not a question, but I'll do it for you if you'd like. If you tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can get down to your goal and beyond. This is not a diet. It's about detoxification, and hopefully any of the people that are scrolling, if you're stopping, this is not a diet. There was no calorie counting. No one was even allowed to exercise. They actually wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. And if you read the headline, she shed 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox with food, not products. Discover that you can safely drop pounds in weeks, build 6 to 9% lean muscle with 0 exercise, and keep it off forever. And it's published and backed in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Nobody else on social media. I keep asking all of you. Oh, here goes Elena B. Okay, 162.53. All right. So first, let's see. All right. So if you're 5'3" and you're 162, we'd want you to weigh about 115. So that's going to be, basically 115 is going to be 47 pounds. Get ready for this, Elaine. In the first 4 days, you should be down 4 to 5 pounds in 4 days. Easily, I'm going to say Thanksgiving, you should be about 145. By Christmas, 145. Yeah, you're going to probably be around 127, 128. And to get to your goal easily by the second week in January, you'll be at your goal. Tell me at 120 pounds, or even at Christmas. At Christmas, if you walk in and you're going to be, what did I say, 141? Yeah, you're going to be about 125 or so, 128, let's say. But if you're 128 at Christmas, is that not the greatest Christmas gift you could ever give to yourself? Please put in the comments what you think about that, Elaine. Elena, it's not, and I'm going to show you a young woman about your age. Hold on just a second. She lost 21 pounds in 30 days. And this is real typical, so about 5 pounds a week. So you understand where I'm coming up with the numbers. But also, Elaine, am I pronouncing your name right? If I'm not, I'm very sorry. Would you be very, very excited about at Christmas time? Yes? And you can go, like they're all going now. This is a free website. I'm going to type it under your name for you. The New Health Conversation. Hold on. VERSA. Helps if I spell it right. I got it. So I just posted it. Hold on. The food, you should take whatever you spent last month on food, that's about all you're going to need to spend total for the month, give or take a little bit. I mean, it's very, very affordable. It really is, because you're not buying nothing from us. You're buying either from your grocery store, 30% of what you're going to consume, and the other 70% directly from these researchers who had gone around the world to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. You're buying directly from them. You're not going through a store or a grocery store. You're getting it directly from them. So that's all I can tell you. But go to the website, look, and if you go there, we're not going to contact you. I want you to understand that. We don't do that. But if you go there and you like what you see, scroll down, then you get a free coach, and they'll go over all the pricing, because we have kids as young as 2 doing this. We have a lady 91 years old. We have people with no thyroids. We have people with no gallbladders. So those are all different conditions. So, but in most of the time, people say they were kind of shocked that it was so affordable that maybe they spent another $25 a week over and above what they had spent last month for food. So it's very, very affordable. Does that make sense? Elena? I think it's Elena, actually. Now I see that, Elena B. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. I don't like doing that at all. I'm very respectful of people. And you know where to go. So screenshot that so you know exactly where to go. Do you see that? Yes, thank you. Okay, great. Who else would like to ask me a question or step up? And if you tell me, male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. You can see her. This is what you're looking at here is just average. That's not even extraordinary on this protocol. It's not even extraordinary. Who said it didn't work with SIBO? Who told you that? Did we tell you that? I'm not sure that did someone tell you that? Again, I'm just confused. No one asked me about that. Ah, so are you on the protocol now? Well, all I would say is, I'm being very serious with you, then, stretch it out for the rest of the month. If it doesn't change, it's 100% money back guarantee. Because, nothing on the planet's 100%. We'd be remiss. That's why there's 100%, 100% money back guarantee. So we're not trying to rip people off, not us, but they'll refund all your money. But I would stick it out until at least another week or two and see if anything changes. So when you say not much progress, you talking about weight loss, or you're just talking about your gut health? What are we talking about? No, I'm really curious, Zuna. Okay, I was told to stop taking all my supplements for my SIBO. Were you taking supplements before SIBO and it was working? Is that what you're telling me? I'm not familiar with your case, so I remember you for sure. That handle is very distinctive. But again, have you not lost weight? What's going on? You lost 12 pounds in 15 days and you're complaining? What am I missing here? What am I missing? Right? Seriously, you've lost 12 pounds in 15 days? Oh. Huh. Who's your coach, Zona? Because I need to consult with them. Tell me who your coach is. Suffering is optional. We don't want anybody suffering. So, whoa, whoa, whoa. So again, tell me who's your coach, and I'll get Dan. All right, let me get with Dan, and I'll get you some kind of an answer here. Because I would say for right now, well, I'll get with him this afternoon, and then we'll get back with you. Okay? I'm sorry about that. Okay, we'll get it handled for you. Okay? Okay? Absolutely, you deserve it. But who else would like to ask me a question? See, there's an example where they offer 100% money back guarantee. So in this particular case, maybe it's not going to work. I hope I'm wrong, but we're going to definitely investigate it. So let's see, I've been 2 hours and 6 minutes. I really need to rest my voice. It's now 2 o'clock on the East Coast. Would anybody else like to ask me a last question? If you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, and how much you currently weigh, then we'll go from there. I'm not going. Oh, you're not complaining. Okay. Let me talk to him and ask him. I'm not sure. He might have said, and maybe misinterpreted, you don't need, but if you have specific supplements for that condition, then I would say let me talk to him and I'll have him follow up with you, okay? 100%. Yeah, because if you're down 12 pounds in 15 days, that's pretty amazing. Again, you're proving my point. Did you hear what he said, everybody? Whoever this person is, they've lost 12 pounds in 15 days. I mean, no diet's going to produce anything like that. So who else would like to ask me a question before I end this podcast? Because I do need to rest my voice. It's either my second or third one of the day already. It's been 24 days. Okay. All right. Like I said, I'll check with him for sure. Anybody else? Any last questions? No? All right, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.